G'day friends, welcome to episode 3 of the second part of the Rimatomics Rimefeller playthrough. Today we're facing a big mechanoid threat. Well, it's not that big, but it's definitely a threat. We're having 2 scythers and a pikeman against us, which are on their own not too troublesome, but I'm really concerned about the mech capsule hanging around there around the corner, waiting for us to spit out its contents against my poor colonists. So today we're going to get rid of these guys, definitely. And apart from that, we're going to recruit these guys, hopefully, and prepare everything we need for the production of oil during this episode, hopefully. So these are the plans for today, roughly. Okay. Considering this, okay, Pheasant is completely okay. Might be a medical emergency on the paper, but in reality it's not. I'm going to cancel the hunting orders here, just because I feel like it's not the time to do that anymore. Right now I'm also waiting for the return of Sir Humps, who made peace with the Kinsleague of Alboro. Which means these people are now trades partners to us. Oh, I hope that Sir Humps is not entering the map on the wrong side. It would be pretty ironic to trigger the mechanoids like this. Okay. So this little patch of smoke leaf here is perfectly enough for supporting my colony with finest smoke leaf pleasures. That's quite a trophy haul, isn't it? Ha! We're going to cremate those guys pretty soon. We're not in the Dark Ages anymore, and we're slowly turning our backs to our olden ways, and I'd say I'm going to put up a crematorium here. Why not? It's a good room for doing so. There we go. Let's build a marble one. I have enough marble. I hope. I had enough marble. Do I still have enough marble? Yes, I do. Okay. I used a lot of that for laying out some floor in the kitchen. And I do like the result. Okay, marble floors. Here, there, and there. I don't know, for me, filling up the blanks between the doors is so important. I don't know. I hate it when it's not like that. Okay, let's take care that Sir Humps not accidentally triggers the mechanoids, but looks like we're in the clear. Okay. Syntholine. So with these technologies now, oh well, let's research the synth thread as well. And I have everything up and running I want to have for a proper oil refinery production whatsoever. I really think the whole refinery part will live here in this square. I can expand it a little, and I can expand it later even more when we can get rid of the wind turbines, because they get because we're going to replace things there. Noriko's infection is also not a problem. Okay, wonderful. And so yeah, this is going to be the oil park. I made up my mind. Unless the resources are not with me, then of course not. Could be also the case, but I at least wanted to have some sort of plan, you know. So we're finishing the we're finishing up the furnituring part of the living wing. It starts to be a nice place. Seriously, those bathing rooms, or no, toilets with really nice flooring and a wooden latrine. I gotta replace those at some point. But we're not there yet. Okay. What about Stork? He's lying there stoned. Pheasant is no longer having an infection. And, oh, we can replace the stove. Completely forgot about that one. This can be now a electric stove. Just like the smithy. We're going to replace that one as well. Or, oh well. I need to smoothen out some walls first to get that done. I want to keep the nature walls because we are not in a hurry here. Okay. So what about those guys up there? Well, since most of them are melee enemies, I'm going to wait for another bunch of visitors before I tackle that fight. There's simply no reason to attack that except for my impatience. Because right now they are not really threatening us, and nothing bad will happen once the countdown activator goes off. More so, is this ready to emerge and fight upon being awakened? So once this thing gets activated, I'll at least know what's inside the box. If I attack right now, I'm actually putting myself into a disadvantage in my opinion, because I don't know what's inside the box. I can't adjust my strategies to what's inside the box, so I'll rather wait those 7 days until the box opens, unless I get reinforcements. If I get reinforcements, I'll just force crack it open and hope for the best. Okay, we got a plan. We're going to see if it's a good plan once it's set in motion. Right. Recruitment is on. So happy to have these guys from the last raid. Like, they are even really good, very talented people. Noriko has very low values, but some quite good passions. Planting is very, very useful for me. Somebody with medical interests is also very welcome to my colony, and a brawler with a high melee. Wonderful. The only problem with Noriko is she's abrasive, but everybody has its flaws. And for Wes, come on, he's finally the constructor I need. And a crafter too. What do you want more? A great shot as well. Blacksmith son, blacksmith shooter. What's a blacksmith shooter? It's a young blacksmith. Wes's family shop was raided by the police. He shot 2 officers before they knocked him out and arrested him. Sentenced to life in prison, Wes learned about traveling and raiding from other criminals. Oh, nice guy. Well, I'm not judging people for it, about their past, you know. It all depends on how they play their role here. It'll all depend on that. So, I want to have my butchering spot somewhere else. I don't like the area here too much. Gotta change something about that in the future. I don't know how I'm going to pull it off, but it looks like we're... Oh, I could be expanding this. Why not? Yeah, that might be a good idea. I'm going to build a copy here, and then we're going to... I want chalk walls. They look nicer here in the mountain. And I'm going to build them like this. Going to mine out all this stuff. This gets smoothened. Okay. So these are real long-term projects now. And House Rarizotis needs screen. There we go. You're having a mining day today. What about the zebra? Carrying food. I don't want you to carry food. Okay. Also, I need to get some strategy going on how to gather, how to produce kibble. I mean, either I row some vegetable to make kibble with, or I find some other permanent, some dedicated ingredient for kibble, because right now all this hay in the barn is looking nice and everything, but it's not really useful for anything. Okay. So I'm letting her work until her food, until her hunger gets too hard. Like, I'm waiting until it shows up in the mood bar, and then I'm going to wait. No, Rhizodus and Tiberius are married? Oh. So, wait a sec. Pheasant is together with Stork. So, Transacent and Humps are the two guys without partners here. Okay. Well, we're getting one new girl into the colony, let's see. So now I'm telling Rhizodus to stop because she starts to feel bad about her work. That's enough. That's where it is enough. So, I guess I'm going to toss out a few of those dogs. So, I'm going to start a caravan here. It's a good moment to start a caravan. So, Xerxes, Navarre, it's Great Dane 1. Who's Great Dane 1? There's Great Dane 1. Why is he worth only 390? Oh, because he has a shattered jaw. I see. Okay. Keo has a bond. Okay. There we go. I'm picking up some food and probably some goods to sell. Why not? I have a few drugs in my colony I don't want to have anymore. What about the rest? There are some beds. Okay. No. I'm not picking up beds for sale. But the elephant tusk here is something I can sell off for sure. I don't want to pick up too many small parts because this is meant to be a quick caravan, just to sell off things I don't need anymore. Animals I don't want to have in my colony anymore. So that's just one thing I wanted to get done before the mechanoid fight is starting here, because right now we're having more than enough time that Sir Humps can do 2 or 3 trips to our neighbors without any problems. So going to use that chance now. Alright. I want to upgrade my colonists' rooms quite soon. They're looking so dreary. Even with light, they are not really pretty. I mean, the lack of furniture sure does a lot for that. Okay, so we have a lot of air conditioning inside here. It should be enough for quite a lot of unpleasantries. I'm not having any heaters, but I'll actually build the heaters only if necessary here, because this biome is not naturally one with a lot of cold periods. So if there is a cold snap, a really bad one, I'm going to put up a single room with heaters where they can warm up until it's over. Okay, there we go. So, Rhizodus is on her building spree again. Going to send her mining a little bit longer today. I really want to know what's inside the box there. I'm so afraid that we're getting at least one centipede against us. It's my biggest concern, that inside the box will be at least one centipede. I mean, we're in for, what, almost 3 years now? 2.5 years. That's definitely the time where stuff like centipedes should start appearing. So I guess we're in for a hard fight here. I'm not going to sell off Xerxes. No. Oh, and not Akio for sure. Or am I going to sell off Xerxes? Yeah, he's so brutally beaten up. Animals need maintenance, and I don't want to have too many points of maintenance in my colony. So I'm not able to buy to carry all the steel they would sell to me. Neurotrainers. Is there anything I want to have? Melee, no. Plants, no. Shooting, no. Healing enhancer. Ooh. Boy. Natural healing factor plus. Immune enhancer. Yeah, sure. That's a nice one. Neurocalculator. Another one for Stork. Tempted. A charged rocket launcher would also solve a lot of my problems, but it's a way too costly way to go at it, sadly. So I'm going to check out our neighbors at Waffendale if I'll see something that I want to have on their stock. Maybe something which wasn't interesting back there is now more interesting today. A mind screw, a architect arm, sure. If I could afford that, I would certainly want to have it. A bullpup DMR. This one was really something I was interested in. So these are some good weapons. Marksman rifle, standard bolt action rifle, two shots. Quick draw. Those quick draw weapons are quite funny because they well, let you shoot from the scratch. 2.9 seconds range cooldown. So well, service rifle is 1.7. Do I have anything? 2.2. The other alternative would be the charge LMG. A charged shot light machine gun. Yeah, well, I think I'm going for this one here, though. Cataphract armor, quite tempting, but I don't have the money for that. Let's check out other things here, but all in all, I think going to pick up this one and the excellent steel combat knife. Oh, it's only not 10. Paired with well, a plasma sword doesn't have too much damage here. Look at that. Most of it comes from the fire damage. Well, meds. Let's go. I'm going to buy a big stock of meds apart from the weapon. That's always a very good investment. I only have 25 units left. If you don't know what to buy and you have a lot of money, buy meds. They're always they almost never go bad, you know. At some point they are always needed. Okay. So one more marksman rifle for our colony. That means I'm having a new high range weapon. It's not the worst, you know. Alrighty there. So, yeah, I stopped the hay grass zone already because, come on, I have so much of it. I don't need it anymore. One thing, Horozotus, this stove is really important. Okay, caravan is already back home. Wonderful. So I'm having now way less animals, but I still have more than one breeding pair. Like I have 3 females and 3 males. It's all good. So, how about we put that new weapon to the test? Like, I want to know how it's working, you know? I always feel like there's a big difference between looking at the numbers of a weapon or just trying it out. Okay, so it's a high-ranged weapon, and well, I don't think Rarizotis is able to equip that as a sidearm, sadly. So let's see. Charge SMG would be too heavy as a secondary weapon for her. Okay. Let's hunt some elephant. So I'm bringing Pheasant as well, just as a backup plan. Somebody with a halberd to have some stopping power against that monster. Okay, the range compared to Transazon's rifle, well, let's put them together on the same spot. It's easier to compare it. Okay, range is bigger. So... okay. I do like it. So the weapon has 16 damage. Yeah, it's like a very hidden run compatible version of the bolt action rifle. Just a better a upgrade, basically. Yeah, let's bring Transazon as well. We're not going to need Pheasant here. Most interesting part about these quick draw weapons is that they support a combat style of moving after every attack. It's quite interesting. Unusual. These weapons are pretty good for active kiting playstyles. So, poor old elephant tried to run away, but the tribe needs food. We're really low on food by now. I didn't have much meat left in the freezer, so there we go. Now there's meat back in the freezer. You know, that's just necessary. Okay, so Rarizotis has now this kind of weaponry. Stork is having that. Sir Humps is having that. I think I'm going to give Tiberius the Charge SMJ at this point. I prefer this over the service rifle. The service rifle is, well, didn't like the weapon too much, honestly. I'm out of components? Okay. Surprised about that. Okay. Then we're going to dig out some machinery, no probs. It's not like we're not having any reserves. Okay, Transazon is on breakdown risk. Tell me something new. So I'm going to mine out this stuff. And then force her to build that stove tonight. Because I can't allow my cooking spot to be inactive. Not possible. Okay, there we go. I love it that with the replacing of these of the tables, even the builds are converted. It's wonderful. Okay, we're now done with that part. So the elephant is going to feed us for a few days more, and the elephant leather will be turned into something useful too. I mean, there's 120 units of that. Not bad. Not bad at all. And Transazon is hiding in this room again. Okay, so oil technologies are therefore pretty okay. I'm going to research microelectronics now because I really want to have the high-tech research bench and access to the EMP grenades, access to machining table? No, machining table is already available. I haven't built one yet. Should change that. But there are so many things I need to build right now. It's just it just takes its time. Okay, I don't want to arrest Transazon only because he's hiding in this room. That sounds like too harsh treatment. I'll just let him have his way. He'll snap out of it eventually. He always does. Okay. Let's put down some smoothing orders for the future. Okay, now Pheasant has her stove back. It was very important for me that we're keeping the ability to cook meals. It's not possible to have no cooking abilities. Or, what's the word? Intolerable to have no cooking abilities. That's what I wanted to say. Okay. So, I think I can deconstruct this well here. This construct here is doing quite well for us. So, today the batteries are getting done. That's good. Very happy to see that. So with batteries, we're done with the other basics of establishing a industrial quality base here. We're having now a freezer. We're having light. The only thing lacking now is warm water, but apart from that, we're quite modern now. Nice. Also, I'm starting to gather a certain surplus of steel. That's also very welcome to see. So, does that break up the room? I don't think so. I don't think it should. Wonderful. Okay. So my freezer is not damaged by these mining actions. Although it looks like there should be a hole in the wall here, this corner, but it isn't. The game that doesn't actually need these cornerstones would be perfectly happy with walls like this. But it looks a little bit weird. So, 4 more days until the mechanoids are attacking. I have a lot of weapons in my stock. I just noticed that. Okay. Wow, Transazen is really, really in a long breakdown now. So, our friends here, 19.7, 15.5, they are starting to lose their resistance slowly. It just takes its time to convert people. Okay. It really makes me nervous to let this be like it is. Like I said, bring me some sort of trading caravan and I'll go for that. Whoa! So what did Noriko say? Huh? Noriko called Sir Humps a crook. This drove Sir Humps into a rage. Yeah, that's completely understandable. Okay, so Sir Humps did it again. He bit his opponent into the neck. Oh, brutal, man. This guy is such a beast. And with the armor skin gland and the recon armor, he's also not really suffering a lot of damage from that. So, Feasand, would you kindly tend to Noriko? And Tiberius, would you kindly tend to Sir Humps? We're having a little situation here. But I mean, you shouldn't call Sir Humps a crook. That's a very, very stupid idea to do. I just noticed that I wasted meds, but I just let it be now. I just let it be now, whatever. Okay. Sir Humps is not not too wounded here from that. But I was really concerned that he would kill Noriko. Or that you would take some permanent damage from this confrontation. I mean, this guy is a tough brawler with melee 13. With a plasma sword. Space battle? Okay, so debris and chunk will fall from the sky. Oh, okay, the epicenter is not of my base. Okay. Okay. Then we can't chill. Then it's all just chill. This event is really brutal when it hits the center of your base. It's one of the most nasty events when you're already having a established base in a certain area. But luckily we don't have anything established so far. So maybe these drop pods will send us some more people to take care of. We're going to see. If not, there's going to be a tremendous amount of spaceship chunks during the next days available, supplying me with lots of steel and components. Miu is a healer. God, I want to have this person in my colony. Never mind the peg leg. Okay, this is pretty dangerous though. So I'm going to send Transazen because he's depressive anyways, you know. So I'm going to tend these people in the workshop, and I just noticed that I can install some real bats here. So I remembered that I have a few. So I'm going to order Rarazotus to work on those bads immediately and pray to God that Transazen doesn't kill himself now. These things are basically like mortar shells. Jackie is having a bio-coded charge sniper rifle. Sexy. So going to send Sir Humps here for the rescue because he's my one of my best armored persons in the colony. And there's Kim. Okay. Also quite a useful person. Okay. Calling these out as medical beds. So 3 slots are already taken. I have a 4th slot. So there we go. Okay, he's tending to her. That's good. I didn't mean them to be deployed there, but I guess it's okay too. So, alright. These guys are getting their treatments, and let's see. Most of the time when I had this event, I had some people joining my colony afterwards. From the people I rescued there. So, I'm sorry, Arcady. It's mostly the spot where he's lying that's so wide. So far out in the open. There we go. My dog died there. Was wondering if it was a smart idea of him to wander there, and that looked quite dangerous, but there we have it. A tough skin gland. Okay, I want that item stash. I'm not going to rush that anytime too soon, but I'm definitely going to pick that up. So, Arcady is going to die in 7 hours. Well, the space battle ain't over yet, so I'm not willing to risk my people. So, Jackie joins! That's really nice! That's the guy, or the girl with the charge sniper rifle. Hottie. Nice. Okay, I'm really happy here. So, deserter. Let's check her out. Chemical interest, too smart, crafter, fighter, apart from that. Das acidifier, nasty. Okay, wonderful. So I'm having my first new recruit out of this. Will come in very handy. Okay, so with her being such a good crafter and good for nothing else, I'm going to set up a working order for her like this. Charge lands? Saying there's charge lands though. Okay. Whatever. So, the space battle is over. Sadly, I couldn't rescue the boy out there. But considering what happened to my dog, I think it was the smarter choice. So, there are really a lot of spaceship steel flag chunks here. So, Kim joins. Wonderful. So, Kim was a very good doctor, fighter, researcher. Interested in construction as well. Okay. So, turns out I can change Rarizoda's priorities from here on, because Kim will be one of my primary constructors. Finally, I can set up primary jobs for the people. I don't mind Jackie going on a binge here. So, steel combat knife for Kim. Why not? I'm going to give her, or no, we're going to do it differently. She's going to get a automatic weapon. Heavy SMG, wonderful. And I'm going to get that as a sidearm. I really like to give people who are having very bad shooting skills automatic weapons, because in larger fights they just go for the spray and pray strategy, you know, and that's okay for me. Look at that, Rarizotis can finally go for her passion, for her true passion, being lonely, being a loner and mining. Wonderful. Okay. I don't mind Jackie binging a little. I mean, she basically almost died a few hours ago, so I guess that is a good reason to go for a little binge. So, Kim will get normal medicine. There we go. So, can somebody please tend her? Okay. So my whole living quarters are now completely overburdened by the amount of new people in the colony, but that doesn't matter too much. I have already plans in mind how to do that. Especially with all these new helping hands, it's going to be no problem. So sadly, Kim now will be unavailable for a few days. So, but overall, this will be the big expansion the segment tribe always needed. Like when Wes and Noriko are parts of the colony as well, I'm up with 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 people. It's a question if Miu will join or not. We don't know that yet. Might be that she'll just leave our colony, but right now she's still in pain shock and waiting to regenerate from her wounds. And there's still the mechanoid threat up here, but one thing at a time, you know, one thing at a time. So I'm going to call out the deconstruction of these 16 ship chunks. Tasty. That's a damn tasty amount of steel, friends. Okay. So I'm going to expand the sealed off area here, I guess, to have more storage yard space available. I think we're going to need that. Alright. My friends, it is about time to cut this episode to its end, because we're already pretty deep into the time, and we're going to fight those mechanoids in the next episode for sure. And yeah, I'd be super happy if you want to drop down some comments or leave me some thumbs up or even some subscriptions to my channel. If not, just let me thank you for your view time, and I hope you come for the next episode as well. And yeah, looking forward to the next episode. Bye bye.